Hello, Hancock Tigers. I'm Kevin Carl, Superintendent of Schools here in the Hancock Place School District. About a month into the school year, I'd like to thank all of our parents, guardians, students, and staff for a terrific start to the 2021-22 school year. Our success to start open and stay open is dependent on our safety and COVID-19 protocols. In just a few minutes, you're going to hear from our school nurses about the importance of the partnership between home and school to keep all of our students safe.
So if your child is sick, you would keep them home that day and call us and let us know.
You should keep your students at home if they have a fever over a greater than 100.4, cough or congestion, any kind of nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, any loss of taste or smell, and or difficulty breathing.
As far as COVID goes, the high-risk symptoms are cough, shortness of breath, loss of taste and smell, and a fever over 100.4. The low-risk symptoms are pretty much everything else right now. So anytime your child has one low-risk symptom and they have not been exposed, and we find that out here at school, they will be sent home for 24 hours until that symptom improves. If they have a high-risk symptom or more than one low-risk symptom and have not been exposed, they will be sent home and they just need a doctor's note to return to school. We do not require any testing, just a doctor's note to come back into school if there has not been an exposure.
You would need a doctor's note if your student has any of the low-risk symptoms and a high-risk symptom, or if they have two of the low-risk symptoms.
If there has been an exposure, they'll do a quarantine and we'll go through all of those dates with you because every situation is different.
For instance, if your student has a fever greater than 100.4 and a sore throat, then they would need a doctor's note to return. That would be two low-risk symptoms. If they had a fever and a cough, that would be one low and one high-risk symptom, and they would need a doctor's note to return to school from that. And if they experience a fever, they would need to wait 24 hours before they are fever-free to return to school.
If your child has been exposed to COVID, we need to know specific dates. Every case is different, so give us a call and we'll go over that together.
That student would remain in quarantine for 10 days if they are able to isolate from the individual who currently has COVID.
Your child can return to school early from quarantine if they have a negative test, if they've remained symptom-free and they have a negative COVID test on day 5, 6, or 7, they may return to school on day 8 instead of day 11. So it does shorten it just by a few days.
If any family member is being tested for COVID, we would ask that all family members stay at home until a negative test result is received. To keep your kid healthy, there are a few things you can do. Frequent hand washing, social distancing, and wearing your mask.
We ask that every child gets on the bus and enters the building with a well-fitted, clean mask every day. It is not the responsibility of the school to provide those masks. We're going through quite a bit. So we ask that parents help us out with that and get your child masks so that it fits them well. It's a mask that they like and a mask that they can keep on their face all day. We are social distancing still in the classroom. All the children are 3 to 6 feet apart where possible. And they're wearing their mask in the building. They can take them off at recess and then also at lunch.
Thank you for your efforts thus far, and we look forward to a continued outstanding school year.